Hello, Art 110 class. This is Brianna in the 11 a.m. class, and this is my video talking about Eva and Franco mats. So, like we talked about in our first video blog about what is art, basically Eva and Franco just think art is a lie that we want to believe in, and they showed this by making like fake people on the internet, like Luther Blizzett and Darko Maver, and they made fake newspapers and fake websites. And they basically did all their artwork, which is altering reality, make it seem like fake things were actually true. So basically what the whole thing with Luther Blizzett is that this guy existed on the internet, but he isn't actually real in reality. He's controlled by a whole bunch of people all over the world. And so it's basically just this network of people, and he's constantly outwitting the media and showing how the media is always changing things. Like they would always they're always manipulating stories that they get to make them sound more interesting. And even Franco also made Darko Maver, which I guess was the real Darko Maver was this Slovenian. But the Darko Maver they created, they took the face of one person and they had another person create his biography so it sounded credible. And then they would take work that they found on the internet and post it on his website and say that that was his artwork. And so they made this guy seem real by releasing like press releases and fake newspaper articles so people actually thought this guy was real. And they even staged his death, I guess, and then that he was arrested. And when he died, people they made like an actual documentary about him, like his work. So basically, just showing how easily people can be manipulated based on what they see on the internet and in newspapers. And yeah, so. Eva and Franco also had this thing called their black box, where they would steal pieces of artwork from museums in Europe and America, and they would put it in this black box. And the interviewer that was interviewing them he noticed this black box, but never said anything about it. He didn't even really pay attention to it until Eva and Franco told him about it. And basically, this black box just symbolizes everything that Eva and Franco were doing. How their artwork, they never really said that their artwork was theirs and no one even really noticed it until they came out and revealed it. One thing they did was a fake newspaper saying that the Iraq War was over, that Bush was accused of high treason, and that the past 8 years had been a bad dream. So it was just showing how anybody can alter reality by manipulating people's perception of the world. So, because for a couple hours, people actually believed what it was saying in this newspaper because they used a credible title of the New York Times, and they just released it everywhere. And it was, so just showing how, I think Franco asked the interviewer, what is reality? And he was just showing how reality just depends on what we see, and it's always changing based on what the internet and the media say it is. And they also created this website that's called net.art, which manipulated the media, and they produced websites that were not they just produced websites that would mess with people. And the last thing that they did with net.art is that they were invited to go to the Korea Web Art Festival. And their submission to the art festival was that they messed up. They were given permission to go and edit this stuff because they were one of the artists. And they messed up the artists with their artworks, so the whole thing was entirely chaos. And so that's what they did with net.art. And they also created this thing called life sharing, where they were just trying to make aware how we use Facebook and YouTube to show what we do in our daily lives. without like consciously like knowing that we're showing people what we do in our daily lives pretty much. And so they created this live sharing, which allowed people to literally enter their home computer and like use anything on it, like it was their computer. And people could just see what they've been up to and see what they've been planning. And yeah, so it was just showing how pretty much anyone with enough money nowadays can just pay for your information, and you basically post yourself what you do every day. Because the internet has just so redefined how we spend our time. We're always on the internet pretty much. And yeah, so they were just showing how one of their quotes is, when something that is usually sold is given out for free, those in power become powerless. So instead of having people buy their information, they were just like, hey, how about we just give it out to people? That way the people that are buying it have less power. And they were just showing how since people have the internet as their main source of information, you just can't tell nowadays what's public or private or what's real or fake. Like with the Luther Blizzard, like that guy was actually fake, but on the internet he was real. And yeah, and that's why they were also so interested in Second Life, because people would go on this website called Second Life and they would just make up their second reality. They could make their avatars look like whatever they wanted, and they could just make up what they said to people about who they were. But even Franco went on Second Life to make avatars that look exactly like them. So they were always trying to do the opposite of what people did. And they were just showing how these avatars are like masks that people create to show how they want to be portrayed. So people are unhappy with how they really are, so they make a mask on the internet about what they want to look like and what they want to be like. And so that's why they made these pictures of the Second Life avatars. Like it was showing how they take pictures of the Second Life avatars, like the media takes pictures of celebrities. So they just wanted to show the beauty behind this synthetic life that people create for themselves. And yeah, and they were also showing, just with the whole internet thing, how a virus can be an art, like a piece of art. And the virus they created, they just wanted to see like the psychological effect that it would have on people. Like literally as soon as they created it, antivirus was like on top of them. And so they wanted this virus to exist as long as possible. So they made this computer where the virus and the antivirus continually like fought each other, but it enabled the virus to live forever. And the whole point of the virus was just showing how like people's information is on their computer, like everything they do, all their pictures and memories and everything. So when a virus hits, they all freak out because they don't want everything, like their whole life, to be deleted. And so yeah, that's what they did with their virus. And just again, back to the media with the whole Nike ground thing, they showed how with their Nike ground, they showed, one of their quotes was, they see Nike ground as a statement for the artistic freedom to manipulate the symbols of everyday life. So basically just these symbols that we see every day, they took them and made it seem like Nike was doing this whole advertising thing, but Nike had absolutely nothing to do with it. They were the controllers of it. So yeah, that's what they did with the Nike ground. They just wanted to alter how people saw their towns or cities, and just completely change it. And yeah, so their whole thing is that they just want to show how art can be just manipulating like reality and making it fake, or making something fake into reality, just using the internet and all their resources. So yeah, have fun grading the rest of these, and I'll see you all Tuesday.